come up with something to talk about. I want to talk about time. Because I'm at a time in my life where I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Ooh. Oh my god. I'll just make my conversation sad. That's no. Maybe There we go. Let's talk about time. I'm at a really weird time in my life where I don't exactly know where I want to go in my life. And there is a terrifying but exciting way to look at this current situation that I'm in. Maybe in the future I'll be somewhere else, somewhere secure, somewhere comfortable. I am not in that now. I am uncomfortable. I am not secure. And I don't mean that in a literal way, I mean that in a mental way. I go to university. I have good friends. I have a good family. I am fed. I'm clothed. I live in a beautiful home. And those things I never forget. And those things I try my best to appreciate, even in times where I feel inadequate, or when the things that I've been provided with feel inadequate. But they're not inadequate. It's just me. It's just people, things, society, whatever, influences, outside influences from wherever tell me that what I am isn't enough. What I have isn't enough. I could be better. I could be richer, skinnier, louder, softer, silent. I could look better. I could look different. I could look worse. And it's really focused into this part of my life where I'm not sure where this time is going to take me, but I feel like in this time where I am so uncertain about the future, this is the time that will dictate whatever the future I have is. And that is terrifying. That is very scary. And it brings up more questions like, what if I fuck up? What if I am doing something I think is right now, but ends up being wrong? And how am I gonna know? And I think this talk is just as much for me as it is you, because if you are in the same rut that I'm in, then maybe this talk will help the both of us. This year has been difficult. I haven't had the support of my friends as much as I usually do physically. I don't see the people I used to. I'm not surrounded by the same people I used to be. I'm not the same person. I don't do the same things. For years, I attended school. I was used to that. The change during school was spoon-fed to me. But now, I am left with a blank page. an empty plate, if you will, with an assortment of food on a buffet table, and I can choose to take whatever I want, but I don't quite know what any of the food is until I finally sit down at the table and look at what I've put on my plate. This analogy, I've just literally made up right this second, might not make much sense, but let me extend this analogy a little. Growing up, you were given a plate that was suited to your needs at the time. Your plate. Sometimes you get the food that you like. Sometimes you don't, but you are forced to eat it, no matter what it is. You must eat what is on your plate. But it was always given to you. Now it no longer happens that way. When you leave and graduate from high school, they give you a bigger plate. But this time they don't give you any food. And as you're walking out of the school gate, my analogy is you walk into a long, large hallway with a table that extends as far as your life will allow you to walk. And you walk past, and all of the food on the table look familiar, but they also, some plates on the table are filled with food that you know. So to be safe, you start off by taking what you know. As you walk down that table, you walk down this table with people around you that are also partaking of the table, and they tell you, this plate is good, this plate is not. And you have to make the decision for yourself to realize or recognize or learn that nobody knows what is on that plate. As you go past a certain amount of the table, you are invited to sit down when your plate is full. And when you sit, the food that you have put on your plate is revealed. Now, the last time this has happened to me, in the context of real life and the analogy, was graduating high school. Everything that I've ever worked on, everything that I've ever done led to my graduation. When I graduated and I sat down with my plate, what I had on my plate was, well, graduating. Going to university next year. The realization that I'm an adult. And I was forced to eat that, right? And now I'm back on the buffet table, walking, looking at the food, wondering, what should I choose now? What would it lead to? Would I like the plate that I've, And so, now it's really hard to dictate if I'm doing anything right, because no one's telling me if I'm doing anything right or wrong. As far as I know, I'm doing everything right. I'm trying, but it's scary because I don't really have anyone to tell me if it's wrong. What if I'm walking down a path that doesn't lead anywhere? No one is there to tell me. I have to tell myself. And that is freeing and scary. And I know that it's supposed to be that way because I'm supposed to learn how to find my own direction. I'm not supposed to have anyone tell me. I'm supposed to recognize and learn the hard way that some paths don't lead anywhere. And I'll have to turn around and try another way. It's difficult. And I'm at a really weird time in my life. So, I know this isn't like the most like I mean, I guess it's not negative, but it's not exactly positive either. Yeah, so I'll probably talk more on this. I'm just worried that this video won't save since I have really weird storage right now, but see you soon.